Are you not entertained?
I appreciate everything. God bless you.
What's going on, Buffs Nation? Another week, another dub. A comeback victory for the Buffs. We got to dive in and break that bad boy down here in the morning after. We slept on it, re-looked at some of the film. Boy, there's a lot to talk about. This video is powered by our partners at BetUS. Check them out. They're hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit of $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. All right, Buffs Nation, look. I told y'all that Colorado's going to walk up in there into Lubbock and win that game and cover that spread. Spread in that game, initially, you looked at it, you're like, okay, about 3, moved up to 4.5. And I was like, yeah, Colorado's going to easily cover that. Told y'all that here. We chopped it up with some of the experts out there, and we discussed what Colorado needs to do to get the Big 12 championship. Their big thing was a road win at Lubbock is going to do nothing but work wonders going forward. I want to talk about that. I want to emphasize this because Colorado needed this victory more than most people understand. And it wasn't just that it was Texas Tech or who the opponent was. It was more so this was a win on the road against a team that was moving up. I mean, remember, Texas Tech came into this game. They were 6-3 and they were moving on up, right? They had come off 2 losses and then they knocked off Iowa State. And you're like, all right, Tech may be trying to come back. Well, Colorado went in there, won that game, which was the most important piece. Then from there, they were down 13-0 in this game at the end of the first quarter. Things was looking bleak. And what they did, they showed resilience. They showed leadership. And they showed they some dogs. Went out there, won the game. That's what the Buffs needed in order to prove themselves as a team that now people have to finally stop sleeping on. Yes, I know. You're probably saying, Jay, run game wasn't there. What's going on? Don't matter. Look, I've preached it all season. I want to see more run. I want to see that. But, hey, as long as Sheduer is on the field, it don't matter, dog. It don't matter. The Buffs seem to make it happen regardless of who's out there trying to tote the rock. That's going to be key. And so with the rest of the schedule lined up, Utah. I mean, they just lost that game to BYU. And, yeah, a little shaky. So Colorado should be fine against Utah. Travel to play against Kansas, who had a big win against Iowa State, but I ain't ready to be concerned about that. We'll break down that game, and then Oklahoma State's awful, so that's no concern. Colorado's going to finish the season at least 8 wins. First winning season guaranteed since 2016. You can't beat that, man. That's huge. That is huge for Colorado. That is huge going forward for the Coach Prime era. Run game, 60 yards total. Shedeur did a little dance and was able to get there. Got that touchdown. It's cool, but they've shown that even with just the pass game, short passes, they're finding ways to make it happen. So let's look at all of that. Let's break that down. But first, shout out to our partners over there at BetUS. They are hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. And you'll also get 125% bonus on your second and third deposits. They're taking care of the gamer. And we're, got some games coming up, last games of the season. We'll see that spread for Utah sometime later today or tomorrow. But they've also got NFL, got NBA, got all the pro sports, got soccer. You got everything in here you can name it. So you got football, basketball, soccer. You go check them out. And they're taking care of you all. If you use our promo code YouTube150, they're giving you 150% bonus, 125% bonus on your second and third deposits. All of those are up to $2,000. Use that promo code, and they'll give you gambler's insurance. They're going to give you back 10% of your net losses twice a year to keep you in the game. So check out BetUS, where the game begins. And so from there, let's look at the performance, though, offensively. Sheduer walks in, 291, 30 for 43, 3 touchdowns. Travis Hunter keeps his campaign fight for the Heisman, 9 receptions, 99 yards, and a touchdown. But I want to give a shout out to the defense. They played second half, gave up a total of 14 points, but as the offense was scoring, the defense was getting stops. And we've talked about that. That's the one thing I'll give to Livingston. I was watching a game. We was in the Discord. You can check that out in the link description below. And I'm like, all right, I want to see what the adjustments look like going into the second half. Second half, they adjusted. Gave a touchdown initially. Then you went on downs. You get an interception, right? Then you force a fumble, right? Then it's downs. So at that point, you're up 34-20. Tech tries to make that comeback when they have the touchdown, but man, that forced fumble in the end zone, yeah. Ridiculous. And I gotta give a shout out. Amari McNeil. I was a little concerned on the defensive side with Shane Coates when he was ruled out. Coach Prime announced that earlier in the week, and I dropped a video about it, talking about it. Like, yeah, a little worried because he's been like on the heart and soul for that defensive line. But Amari McNeil walked in and said, nah, I got you, bro. Amari McNeil finished this game. Let me tell y'all his numbers. 9 total tackles with 2 solos. He had 1.5 sacks credited and 3 tackles for loss. Team finished with 11 tackles for loss and 7 sacks. They're in Morton's throat the entire game. That, my friends, is huge. That's what you need. That's huge. The defense showed up. The questions about the defense have been there, going into the season, and Rob Livingston has changed this entire defense around. Not giving up very many points in the second half of games, going out there and closing things out. If Travis Hunter's on the field with Sheduer Sanders, ain't no concerns for this team. Ain't no worries. And I am impressed that this win is so big. And I'm telling y'all, that's why this win is so big, is because you got a comeback victory on the road. That's not easy to do. That's usually where you see who's who when it comes to teams. Can you win the game on the road when you're down? The crowd's yelling. They're screaming at you the entire time. And yeah, they went out there and they closed it. They closed it in a game that you needed. I went and looked at the grades on PFF. I always try to look at the snaps and stuff and the grades. Man, the defense showed out in this game. McNeil was credited for 2 total from PFF, but they don't do half. But pressures wise, dude, finished the game with 20 pressures total. You had 2 hits, 8 sacks, 2 hits, 10 hurries, and you were knocking down passes like crazy. Colorado now has the road ahead of them. Sheduer kind of called out the media a little bit. They were talking some smack, saying that the Buffs don't like the troops because they didn't want to do a joint deal with Texas Tech. Nah, they do their own thing. See, people are trying to ride on the coattail of Colorado now, and we'll drop another video and dive into details on that. But if there's anything Buffs fans y'all should be excited about, is that now Colorado is on pace. They're tied. They're second in the Big 12, and as of right now, they own their own destiny to go to the conference championship game. And the way that they're playing, there's absolutely no reason for the Buffs to not be there playing against BYU for the conference championship. Utah's going to be tough because Utah is a tough team, but Utah's also 1-5 in conference. They're not very good right now. They've been playing terrible ball. All Colorado's got to do is show up. Show up the way they've been showing up. Keep playing that stout defense. Force that struggling Utah offense from doing anything. Get that revenge from last season. What do y'all think? Want to hear from you all. Jump in the comments. Let the people know what y'all's thoughts are. Colorado had a good battle with them last season. 23-17 was the final score. But I think the Buffs this time around way more prepared to get that dub. Let us know what y'all think. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the channel, hooking up the gamer, 150% bonus on your first deposit, up to $2,000, 125% on your second and third. Use promo code YouTube150. I'm out. We will have some more videos coming down the line. I'm going to hit up some of the experts, bring them on. We got to talk about this dub more. And yeah, let's go Buffs.